Hello, I'm Sydney Harvey, or as my students like to call me, Miss Sid. As a special education teacher, I can't help but think about the importance of the dispositions that GCU has for its students. I've done quite a bit of reflection on them, and some of which I believe I'm doing well in, and then there are others that I believe I'm working on, that I need to work on. And so I'm going to discuss many of those right now. I believe that I have a respect for diversity. I teach at a low-income school, or a Title I school, if you will. Many of my students come from a diverse background, not just ethnicity, but also when it comes to religion. And so I try to make sure that my lessons are accommodating and relatable, applicable to all of my students. I also believe that I am doing a good job when it comes to reflection. As a teacher, I strive to grow, and I like to seek opportunities to grow as a teacher. So any sort of professional development or opportunity to grow in my field, I definitely like to take. I also believe that I am a fair teacher, though I think this could also cross as an area that I need to work on. But I want to make sure that each of my students are given the same sort of high expectations, the same treatment amongst each other, regardless of background, regardless of ability. And so those are the dispositions that I believe that I'm doing well on right now as a second-year special ed teacher. But there are some that I need to work on. And I think the first disposition that I really have been thinking about is honesty. Not necessarily in the sense that I'm telling someone an outright fib, so to speak, but coming forward to a colleague and telling them exactly how I feel about a situation. Being open with them and presenting them with an issue that I may have with an environment or my students or something like that. That is super important because that's what allows for a healthy environment in education. It's for the good of our students. And if I'm not being honest and upfront with someone, then I can't expect a positive result. So that is an area that I need to work on. Another area that I need to work on, another disposition, is curiosity. I want to foster curiosity by providing more critical thinking opportunities for my students to be able to think about the lesson that they're about to be presented. You know, what are some things that can guide their learning process? So I definitely want to work on the area of curiosity. As an educator, a professional educator, it's so important to have compassion for your students, to also be honest with them as well as colleagues, because as mentioned before, as an educator, you want to make sure that you are creating that upfront and healthy environment for the good of your students. Professional educators are not only compassionate, but they follow the policy and law at all times. They are maintaining that professional relationship with students, which is very important. We are not, even though we may enjoy and like our students, we're not teaching them so that they can like us. We have a deeper reason for that. We have a deeper reason for being their teacher. And so it's so important that we see our students as what I like to say, the whole child. And so this, I believe, is what I believe makes a professional educator. And the dispositions that GCU provides and has for its learners are dispositions that I'm going to continue to learn from and use in my entire education career.